So, for our purposes, I'll give you a short plot synopsis. The protagonist of Urania is named Daniel Silito, and he's a geographer on a mission to central Mexico, where he encounters Rafael, the strangest young man he's ever met, on a bus ride to Colima. With his help, Daniel discovers the ideal republic of Campos, a half-hidden experimental community whose virtues are amalgamated from elements of native Mexican traditions and Thomas More's Utopia. Meanwhile, Daniel falls in love with Dalia, a young Puerto Rican student, while teaching at the Emporio, an open university founded on humanist ideals. However, he's dismayed to find that the anthropologists at the Emporio are conducting a somewhat informal study on the prostitutes of the Zone Rouge, the red zone, which is the area of town where sort of anything is legal. And Daniel's offended by their unprofessionalism. He seeks out one of the young women that they've interviewed, and he refers to her as Lily of the Lagoon. He goes to visit her in the slums and attempts to understand her in a different way than men before him have tried to understand her. And so this is Daniel. These are my own translations, by the way, for my project. Lily, you didn't ask me any questions. You didn't ask what I was looking for or why I came. You only said, "What now?" You are as old as the basalt of the temples. You are an imperishable root. You are sweet and alive. You have known evil and have remained new. By the end of the novel, Lily has escaped to freedom across the US-Mexican border, but hers is the only plot thread that works out. Also, by the end of the novel, the utopian community of Campos has been disassembled by the authorities, and the Emporio has fallen into the hands of these unscrupulous anthropologists. Dalia returns to San Juan, and Daniel completes a topographic survey of the Tepalcatepec Valley before returning to France. So, in my paper, I argue that the most important element in Urania is the presence of a double utopia. On one hand, the intellectual utopia of the Emporio, an open university center based on sort of humanist ideals, a kind of new Greece. And on the other hand, Campos, the social utopia, which operates on a sort of primitive communism, whose ideals and goals are based on pre-Columbian memory and Thomas More's Utopia, as said before.